Hi everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni and the Widow Ruckelshaus, and I haven't done a craft video in a long time. I'll explain why when I'm working on this and I'm just doing something and I don't have something to talk about. But anyway, I am in the middle of a journal which I haven't been recording tutorials on, so don't look for that. But I'm going to do something that's kind of different, so I thought I would just go ahead and record. What I'm doing, lately I've done several guided journals, some at the request of customers, some of them ones that I've made and customers have bought them, and some for friends. And they seem to be really helpful to people, so I guess I'm kind of starting to specialize in that. I'll probably still make plain old junk journals too, but I really like the guided thing. I used to be a life coach. I'm still certified, but I don't do it. And so that's just kind of the way that my heart goes. So I've got this journal that I've started working on, and I'm about to put in the guided parts. And what I decided to do for this one was I was looking at a magazine. How do I get this to open now? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's magnetic. I forgot. I did this like a month ago. So I was looking at a magazine and I thought there were several phrases and words in there that I could use for a guided journal. So I guess actually what I'm going to do is sort through these first and find which ones I want to use, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put those in there. So let's see. This is just a quote. I don't think I would use that in this one. Okay, so like what you need to do immediately. This is going to be one that's just going to have a bunch of kind of random prompts on the pages. Sometimes I have the journals being about a specific topic, like one that I made up for someone who wanted to learn more about prayer, and then others are just like random topics just to give you things to write about. So what you need to do immediately. Ooh, top picks for holiday travel. That would be good. Here's a dog one. Let's put that with the dog quote. After waiting years for so that's a good prompt, because that could be about anything that you've waited for years about, and then you could write about that. That could be really cool. Solutions for, obviously I'll cut off that top part. I was just getting them out of the magazine so I could throw it away. Uncommon insights, new routes. That's kind of cool. That would be fun. Oh, look at that picture. That's kind of cool. That'll be for something else. Actually, it might be for this. I've had some of those pictures that are kind of like that in here. Make a comeback. That would be good. Designing the future. This would be good for just a page of ideas. Priority you. Creative genius. That'll be good, but I think I'm going to save that for something else. I might save that for something else. No small task. Here's some more dogs. Next. That's good. Innovating. I think I'll save that. These people sitting at a desk. I'll save that for something else. I thought that I had already like narrowed this down, but I guess not. Success stories. That would be really good. That I think I'll do for something else. Addition by reduction. That would be a good prompt, you know, talking about like things that you've reduced that have made your life bigger. Okay, so these little pictures I think can be for something else. Imagining a new, okay, groundbreaking, something that's groundbreaking. Solving the puzzle, some puzzle that you solved in your life. Bearing fruit. Those all sound good. Okay, now here are some little questions that I cut out. Okay, so this was from an interview of somebody, but I thought that these questions would be good prompts. What advice would you give your younger self? Let's see. What do you do when you're creatively stuck? That's a good question. See, like interviews of other people are a good place to get questions to ask people. What's the advice? You're glad you ignored? That's good. Do you have a get pumped song? What's your best habit and what's your worst habit? What is your biggest indulgence? Oh my goodness, these are all great. What to read, so a book list, that would be really cool. Yeah, so I think I probably have enough here already. Oops, here's another couple small ones, so those might be the same type of thing. How do you exercise? Okay, and I've still got some words from the response there that I have to cut out too. How do you unplug? Oh, there's some more here. Let's get all of this series because those are good. Now I won't put all of these together. I'll put those spread out throughout the journal. And then this one says, is there a book you recommend to everyone? Okay, let's just make sure there aren't any more of those little ones. Okay, yeah. I think I'm going to stop there. I think I've got probably enough for this journal. So I'm just going to show you putting a couple of them in because it would be really boring for you to watch me put all of them in. Let's just put these here. Oh, let's put these back in here. This was, I think, some headphones that I got from my iPad, and I just loved the box. And I will probably decorate it sometime. Okay, dogs. I think I need to do a dog journal sometime. I get a couple dog catalogs, and they probably have great pictures too. Okay, so here's what I am doing. So this, a life-changing impact begins with you. Okay, so that's like the title of this journal, and I haven't bound it yet because I'm still like sewing stuff in and everything. So I have the passage or poem from Ecclesiastes about to everything there's a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. I've got discipline here. Excellence is not a gift given, but a skill perfected. I'm not going to do like a flip through right now. This is just to give you an idea of what's going on. Because time is so important in life-changing impact, I've got clocks and watches throughout it. I had printed out a bunch of pages previously for a journal that I thought I was going to do, but I never did it. So there are clocks and stuff throughout. So what I'm going to, I love this picture of this gal, especially like behind the doily. It's funny. So what I'm going to do, and I've got some like envelopes and stuff in here already, and this is like a belly band sort of. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and put these quotes into, or these clippings, into the order that I want to use them. Okay, and it's going to be somewhat random, but I do want them to kind of make sense. Like I want something easy first, and then, you know, the harder ones, and every once in a while an easy, fun one to kind of break it up. So I've got solving the puzzle. I'm going to put that aside because I'm not really sure that that's a very easy one to answer. Okay, and then we've got, what's the advice you're glad you ignored? Is there a book you recommend to everyone? That one's easier. The advice you're glad you ignored is a little bit harder. What's your best habit and what's your worst? Those are pretty easy, and that's kind of a fun thing to answer, so I'm going to put that up at the top. Actually, I should move these over here. Can you see them where I'm moving them? Yeah, I think you can. Okay, and I don't think you can read those ones. Okay, how do you unplug? That's one that's really easy, so let's put that up here. See how I'm kind of spreading these ones out? I'm going to put other ones in between. Do you have a get pumped song? That's an easy one. I'm going to put that close to the end. Okay, so solutions 4. Let's go ahead and cut some of these so there's a little bit less of them. And in some cases, like I might even cut these words apart, like solutions on one line and 4 on the next line. It just depends on the page. Okay, groundbreaking. So I would write above that, I would write what is something, and then have groundbreaking that you've done. Okay. What to read, my book list. So that would be good to have right after, is there a book you recommend to everybody? Because is there a book you recommend to everybody? Somebody would write like, you know, one book, and then they might write something about it. But then here, this would be a list. So that would be good to have after that. Bearing fruit, I'm going to set that aside. Top 10 picks for holiday travel. That's a fun, easy one. So let's put that up here. Okay. Addition by reduction. Now that's getting to be a little bit more meaty, so we're going to put that closer to the middle. What I like to do is kind of have the hardest things in the middle, the more thought-provoking ones in the middle, so that you kind of warm up and then you answer the harder ones and then you cool down. What is your biggest indulgence? Ooh, that's a good one for right after top 10 picks for holiday. Let's see, success stories. Now I might have this be like, I'll leave several pages after that. Priority you. That might be good to have, like, let's move these ones up and put it right here. I want to make sure you guys are seeing that. Yeah, okay, so you're seeing how I'm putting these in order. Okay, this is just like ideas, so I might say like ideas I have. What do you do when you're creatively stuck? That's kind of a hard one, so that's going to go down here. And how do you exercise? That can be up here under priority you. Okay. Let's see, designing the future, make a comeback, new routes. Okay, this picture I'll just stick in there someplace because it really does go with some of the other funny stuff they have in there. What you need to do immediately. That will be good. Let's put that down here. Okay. What advice would you give your younger self? Maybe we could put that in here. Uncommon insights. That would be good right here after what do you do when you're creatively stuck. Okay. So, and then bearing fruit. I think this really fits with this topic. So let's go ahead and put this in here too. And then I'm going to need a question to just kind of wrap everything up. But see, do you see how all of these go with a life-changing impact begins with you? Okay? So these are things that give you ideas for things that work for you or things that you need to do. Bearing fruit. Wasn't there something? Okay, making a new something or other would be good for the very end, or imagining a new something or other. We'll think about what that something or other is. Okay, so I'm going to show you just on a couple of these how I put them in. Oops. Okay, so I have an old magazine. This is what I like to use for using a glue stick, and I'm going to use a glue stick for these. Oh crud, I just messed it up, but I still have the basic order. Okay, I'm going to use a glue stick for putting these onto the pages in here because I want to get every little edge down, and that might be a little bit hard to do with my favorite glue. Alright, so let's just take one of these. The first question is, what's your best habit and what's your worst? Okay, so we're going to look for the page where I think that should go. So I think this is going to be like, why do you want to, or what do you want to change or something? I think that's going to be there. So I'll find like probably individual words or something that I can use for that. This one says Tuesday. Okay. So what's your best habit and what's your worst? Okay, so if I can pick it up, here we go. Okay, and I want to cut out that little bit of the answer that's in there. What's your best habit and what's your worst? Okay, and I'm going to put that right here. Now I'll probably add something else to this page, like I'll stencil something or, you know, do another little picture or something, because this is so little and it's not bright or pretty or anything, but it just gives us a place to start, and that's all I'm going to be putting in right now is just these little things. So the reason I haven't done any crafting things lately is because it's been so hot in my house, and so I can't turn on my air conditioner, or I couldn't turn on my air conditioner. I still can't turn on my central air. So, and I was afraid to turn on the little air conditioner that I have in the window in my craft room because I didn't know how much it was going to cost, and I'm on a really limited budget right now. So my craft room was really, really hot. I have a fan in my office and a fan in my bedroom, so that was helping me to survive. But yeah, so my craft room was way too hot, and I just couldn't work in here. It just was very uncomfortable for me. So, and I've been working on a couple of video series. One is on anxiety, on overcoming anxiety, and another one is on the Apostles' Creed. So if you're interested in either of those, I could put this straight like at the top, but I'm going to put it kind of crooked. I will put the links below. If you're crafty, I have found that people who like to do crafts, people who are artistic, tend to worry a lot. So the anxiety the anxiety series really might be for you. Okay, is there a book that you recommend to everyone? So we're going to go ahead and put that. No, I don't want to put that here. Let's put priority you. Let's do that one next. See how even though I've got these arranged in order, now my fingers are getting sticky. Even though I've got these arranged in order, I can still change my mind. And the reason that I'm changing on this is because I don't think that having a book recommendation right across from this envelope is going to be very helpful. But having priority you, where you can list things that you're going to do for yourself, and I'll probably write something like that, or maybe down here, right? List the things that you could do to take care of yourself. And then this envelope could be used for something along that line. Okay, so for what to read, I think I want like more of like blank pages. Yeah, see, so like that would be really good. So let's put, is there a book you recommend to everyone? Let's put that right here. Okay, so we're going to put it over on this page so that the person doesn't see ahead of time that on the next page they're going to do a list of books. Right now they're just, oops, I forgot to cut off calling. Well, I can use a pen to mark that up, or picture that I'll put right there or something. Anyway, they won't, so they're going to just think about that one book. If I put that over here and then have, what to read, a list of books here, then they're going to be thinking more about their list. So I want them to just write about that one book right then. And now a list of books to read, which they can do on these 2 pages. Okay. And then, I will write more explanation about some of these things. I mean, books to read, that doesn't need an explanation. It could be either a list of books that they want to recommend to people, or a list of books that they want to read themselves. I have a huge list of books that I want to read myself. So they can put that in there. Some things I will elaborate on, though, like priority you. I'll say something more about that. Other things like this, I'll just mention the 2 possibilities in my flip through. So that's one thing, you guys. If you buy a junk journal from someone, always go and see the flip through, because a lot of us give you guys ideas for how to use a particular journal. We give those ideas in the flip through. Oops, okay, I'm going to cut out I don't like before I glue that. So now I'm going to get glue on my scissors, but oh well. This question is, how do you exercise? It looks like the answer was, I don't like to exercise. That's funny. So the reason I started doing a series on anxiety is because a friend of mine was telling me that he was really having problems with anxiety, and I used to have problems with anxiety. And believe it or not, my husband dying, okay, so this is the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, so I don't want to have that right there. We'll have it here. My husband dying is what has actually helped me to get over anxiety. Now let me explain that, because my husband wasn't making me anxious. Okay, see, so this is so little. So I'm going to write something else more in here, or cut out words to make more of an explanation of what they should write and what they should do with this Divine Mercy thing here. This is an envelope that was avocado dyed. Oh, I need to glue that, I guess, to hold that together. See, here's one of those weird pictures that I have in here. I love that. It's so cool. What you need to do immediately. That actually might be good to go in the envelope. So let's just cut that a little bit more. And so I worked on a novena, which is like 9 days of prayer for him that he and I did together. And then I also am working on a Bible study about anxiety, which will go with my next novel, in which several of the people are dealing with anxiety. So I thought that a video series would go really well with all of that. Okay, and again, I might, do some stenciling or something, or find a picture to do on here. But, you could have your to-do list in here. Okay, and then let's see, top 10 picks for holiday travel. That's kind of a really fun one. So let's give several pages for that, because the person might want to, look up things on the internet, or put in some travel brochures or pictures, cut out some pictures or something. So this one we're going to do more centered, and I'm going to probably do some like Christmas stamps or something on this page, and the next few pages where they can write those things and maybe paste pictures. Okay, now let's do another one of these questions. How do you unplug? Well, that's really good for after a holiday list, or maybe we should have that before the holiday list. Let's see what's on the pages before that holiday list. Okay, hopefully I'm not mumbling too much, you guys. I'm sorry if I am. I'll try to stop doing that. How do you unplug? That's a good thing for right here. She looks like she's unplugging. She's painting. Okay, that's a funny picture. I like it. All right, so we'll have that kind of overlapping, maybe. There we go. How do you unplug? Yeah, so then they can write about that on here, and then top 10 picks for holiday travel. That goes well with that. Oh, and then an indulgence. What's your biggest indulgence? That goes really well with it too. So let's see. How do you unplug holiday stuff? So how about, what is your biggest indulgence? We could do that right there. So do you see how easy this is? I'm not going to make you guys watch me do all the rest of them, but that's just the basic idea. And I might do a video when I go to decorate these pages. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that idea with you. And sometime I might do a video on tearing those things out in a magazine and kind of discuss why I choose certain ones. But that's it. I mean, this is really, really easy. I hope that you use that idea either for a guided journal or just for looking for things that fit with your journal, looking for phrases and stuff. All right. I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.